Lawyers hate to make mistakes. Well, not all lawyers, I hate generalizations, but many lawyers do. I had a client recently and I made a simulator for them. And this simulator had multiple choice questions. And some of these questions had more than one correct answer. I like this technique because it really makes you think out of the box. Many lawyers who went through the simulator fell for it, and they were furious at me. They thought that I tricked them into making a mistake, that I broke some kind of rule. And instead of thinking that, hey, this is tricky, I should think about this next time, they were just upset. And it seems like this is a very lawyer-like feature, because, for example, programmers, they run into errors all the time. Of course, some of these errors are mind-blowing and you can spend days looking for an answer, but most of the time, fixing errors is just a normal thing when you are debugging. Entrepreneurs, the same thing. Every day something goes wrong and you just develop the habit of finding mistakes, fixing them, and learning from these mistakes. For example, I spend an hour every week reflecting on my clients' projects. I think what went wrong, why, what can I do better next time. That's okay. So why do lawyers hate making mistakes so much? I have a couple of theories explaining it. Number one, competition. Legal profession is extremely competitive. Making mistakes is not tolerable because otherwise you will not be the top of your class, you will not get your job or promotion. All this makes making mistakes really frightening. Second is cost, because making mistakes costs you a lot with your clients or your senior colleagues, which is again a big problem. The third reason is perfectionism, because lawyers are perfectionists. They are not used to iterative work. The first draft of a memo or a contract must have no flaws. And the fourth reason is time. Lawyers are not used to getting instant feedback. Like programmers, they get instant feedback from their computers. And lawyers, they can learn something and it can take them years to get feedback on their knowledge. In this case, it makes it extremely painful to understand that something went wrong after many years have passed. But errors at training are not only good, they are essential. If you don't make mistakes in training, it means that training is extremely easy, and it means that you are just remembering new stuff. But remembering is only the first step. You need to develop much more complicated skills like analyzing information, applying new knowledge, or evaluating arguments. These skills are complex and you can never develop them without making mistakes and learning from these mistakes. Moreover, mistakes and feedback, they create new experiences. And these experiences, even though they can be a little bit upsetting, they will stay in your brain for a very long time. And questions from a quiz where you scored 10 out of 10 will be forgotten the next day. So if you organize legal training, you should remember about three things. First, develop a mistake-friendly environment. Explain that making mistakes is okay and that they're a great source of information for future discussions and seminars. Second, teach how to reflect on your mistakes, how to not get upset, and how to stay motivated. And number three, allocate time for reflection and discussion. Even if you have an asynchronous course, find time to invite everyone, sit in a group and discuss what went wrong. This is extremely important. At BSavvy, we push the boundary even more because we encourage our creators to make complicated simulators. We want our students to make mistakes, to get feedback and explanations, to reflect on their errors and finally find correct answers. Because this approach, even though it is difficult, it really shows that our students are progressing, that they are developing new skills, even though all our training programs are online.